Rub the sun or lick the moon. Scoop up your sunlight and moonlight teas. Link is down in the description. Bruh, it's either or. You decide.
Okay, anyways, for whatever reason, these are actually extremely difficult to find. For whatever reason on the website, they're not on the Pokemon website, and it took a minute to find in Cerebi. But here we are. I wanted to really talk about the Galarian legendary birds in this video because it's just so mind-boggling that we have regional variant legendary Pokemon. Like, for the longest time, we were so used to just, oh, it's this insignificant Pokemon, and here it is with its regional variant and it adapted. Here we have the legendaries now. Sword and Shield just really bumped it up. We have Galarian Darmanitan, bro. Like, that's crazy. I mean, obviously before we had like what, Marowak and Raichu, which is really cool, but dude, Darmanitan and the bird, that's insane, man. So to talk about it, right? I'm also talking about like potential typings. This is really just the Galarian legendary bird video, but we're gonna talk about Galarian Articuno first. Galarian Articuno is really, really cool. Probably one of the coolest ones of the three. It's really hard to pick between the three. Leave a like on the video. Obviously, let's try and get 1,000 likes for the next video, guys. Obviously, of course, as well, too. Let me know what you think is the best of the three. Who do you like the most? This is going to be really hard to figure out who I might give my thoughts at the end of the video. But Galarian Articuno looks so sick, bro. Like, he looks like Articuno. And oddly enough, hear me out, he looks like Articuno and Mewtwo combined into one. You know what I mean? It's like Articuno got the fuser like Kyurem did and just fused with Mewtwo and became this. Or it looks like a Ben 10 creature, dude. To be fair, I think, no, this one mainly looks like a lot like a Ben 10 creature, man. It looks really cool, dude. Like that Nightwing, Ben 10, whatever it was, dog. Y'all know what I mean, bro. Y'all know. If y'all know, y'all know. But it looks so cool, dude. It looks insane. He's got the zap beam that he sprays out of his eyes, dude. And obviously, of course, you can see as well, too, right there. He's got the icicle shards coming out from his wings, dude. From his wings, dude. That's so cool. Being real, I think, truthfully told, he has a few typing combinations he could do. Because if you guys did not know, Galarian forms and regional variants, just in general, of Alolan even as well, too. They have, like, alternate typings. Sometimes they don't. Sometimes they do. The most obvious ones being, like, Rapidash is now a fairy. Darmanitan's, especially Darmanitan's ice type. Those are the most obvious ones because Alolans, they weren't too far off. I think the most far off one was Ninetales because it went from fire to ice. So those are the ones that usually stand out the most. Like Darmanitan go from fire to ice. So with Articuno, obviously it's going to keep the ice type trait. I don't necessarily think it's going to be a flying type anymore. If it is, very unfortunate because Articuno's not that good of a Pokemon competitively, just in any way, shape, or form because he's ice flying. Sure, yeah, the heavy duty boots help him out a lot now, but it's one of those things that I truly believe that he shouldn't keep it, and I don't think that he's gonna actually keep it. I mean, look at his eyes, dude. He could be a ghost type. I think ghost type is a really plausible one. A lot of people are saying psychic type. I can see that as well too. I feel like they say psychic type because of the purple around him, but that could also mean ghost. I mean, he looks like a spirit, you know what I mean? He could be a fairy as well too. Spirits, magic, fairy. So far the most likely ones are ghost, psychic, or fairy. Really hoping for that. I've heard some people say dark type. It does not exude a dark type necessarily. Like, yeah, the eyes look like it and the black on the chest really could be something to where it could be a dark type, but I don't know. I feel like since it's got that more spirit look, that would enable it more to be a ghost type rather than a dark type. You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. Like I don't know. I also don't want it to be a dark type because obviously Moltres is the more obvious dark type. So I really hope this is not a dark type. But like them again, like I said, the most plausible typings: dark, fairy, psychic. Or sorry, dark. I said dark. Wow, ghost, fairy, and psychic being the most plausible typings, which I truly believe are going to be it. I can't really see any other typing. Now, if they do another typing and probably explain it well, then I'm like, all right, okay, I see that. But for now, I truly believe, like I said, ghost, fairy, or psychic. Ice fairy would be cool. Ice ghost would be cool because it's Frostus 2.0. I mean, he's immune to fighting, which is pretty cool, but he still has a lot of his own natural weaknesses, being weak to rock, being weak to fire, and now being weak to dark. So it's pretty much regardless, it's going to be rough for Articuno. Ice types are not the best. So regardless, it's going to be pretty rough for Articuno. The ice types that are good truly just break the rules, being Darmanitan, Kyurem Black. They just break the rules. They just don't care. Mimoswine and Weavile are really good too because Mimoswine's got some decent speed and really good bulk. He's got thick fat. That is a huge saving crutch. And Weavile's just crazy fast. So again, he doesn't listen to the rules because he's crazy fast. But yeah, ice types are always have it rough, bruh. So I'm praying for Articuno. If he is Ice Ghost, I wouldn't mind. Ice Fairy would probably be the coolest. Because do we have an Ice Fairy? That's not Ninetales. I think Ninetales is the only one, right? Pretty sure. So if that's the only type of combination of that, that'd be pretty cool. But like I said, Articuno looks insane, dog. Like always loved Articuno. I think a lot of people generally love Articuno the most out of the three because it looks the most majestic, the most pretty. You know what I mean? And I can't front. Articuno's clean, bruh. Next up, we got Zapdos. My man Zapdos been getting way too much hate, bruh. He's been getting way too much hate. Obviously, you guys know me. When Pokemon Go came out, I was what is it? It was Valor, Mystic, and Instinct. It was Instinct. And Instinct says, I fuck my boy Zapdos, bro. Zapdos is clean, man. I made a tweet about it. If that boy's booking it at you, look at this. If he's booking it at you, 120 miles per hour, I'm giving up. I'm giving up. But he's getting way too much hate, dude. Like, just because he has giant feet. Bro, Gigantamax Pokemon are just big. Inteleon, no hate. And he's just a giant, he's literally sitting on a giant wiener rose, dog. But no hate? Because he's got a cock? That's crazy, man. Like, Zapdos getting way too much hate, dude. He's clean. Look at the one at the top right, especially. That's so tough. My dude's like a choco bird. If you like Final Fantasy and shit on Zapdos, you're a fake fan, dog. Of both Pokemon and Final Fantasy. It's 2 for 1. You gotta pick one, dog. But no, like Zapdos, he looks clean, dude. He really does look clean. I mean, Zapdos, I think, is the most obvious one when it comes to theorizing what typing is gonna be. But I really like the orange on it, not gonna lie. I really want to see the shinies for these. I really do hope they're cool because their shinies were not that great. Articuno's was just lighter blue. Zapdos was actually this color. It was like that orange color. And then Moltres was the most different one because he was pink. But they really weren't that much different because pink is similar to red. Just add white on it. Orange and yellow are pretty close. And obviously light blue and a little darker blue, it's literally the same thing. So I hope their shinies are good. Sword and Shield has this problem where their shinies are really, really bad. They're really, really bad. So I do hope that they actually do have cool shinies. But Zapdos is clean. To go into this typing, I truly believe it's going to be an electric fighting. That should be no surprise at all. He has colossal feet. If the feet just means he's even faster, that's cool. I can see his speed stat skyrocketing. Oh, I should have talked about Articuno stats, so I'll go back to it. I can see his speed stats skyrocketing because in every depiction of the art here, you look at it super fast here, even with the lines, but the bucket here, dude, or dude's pouncing on somebody, like, bruh. And then this one just showing up is colossally fit. Like, Zapdos is only leg day, bruh. This dude with Zapdos, like, my dude's meant to run, you know what I mean? And I can see his speed stat going up. I can see his physical attack stat going up. He looks way more like a physical attacker. Zapdos naturally is a special attacker, but his physical attack isn't actually garbage, so you can run some weird stuff with it. But this one looks like he's beating you, dog, with his beak, with his tail, with his little tiny wings, dog. It's crazy, too, because his wings were like 80% of his body, and now his feet is like 80% of his body. So, I don't know, dude. I truly believe that this thing is going to be electric fighting. If not, for whatever reason, they keep electric flying because they could do that. Look at Doduo. He's normal flying, and he's a bird that doesn't even fly. But that does learn fly. He learns fly, but the actual bird itself doesn't fly that he's based off of. So, I could see them doing electric flying as well, too. Just because he's a bird. Game Freak has this thing where they see a bird, and they're going to make it a flying type, purely just because it's a bird. So, I could see it keeping electric flying. The most likely one is probably electric fighting. Or, the one that we probably all really don't want is him being neutral electric. He'd be Zero Aura 2.0. Another neutral electric Pokemon, which we really don't want. We really don't want that. That's not that good. Look at Boltund, bro. He's struggling. Zero Aura wasn't even that good, bro. Like, no, dude. Please don't do Neutral Electric. Neutral Electric is not that good. Please, dude. For the streets. We take the fairy weakness, but please, dude. I see an insanely high speed stat. I see an insanely high attack stat. I see his bulk kind of going away. Zapdos had like 85% wings, so he could use that as a shield. It'll make him super tanky, or just brush it off, you know what I mean? He'll probably still know Roost. They keep a lot of their moves generally. Sometimes they don't, though. Like Rapidash didn't keep a lot of its fire moves, so sometimes they don't. But I don't know, with all these legendary birds, I see them keeping their moves, so I'd be genuinely surprised if it didn't keep it. And last but not least, guys, to go into it, I think this one is so cool, bro. Like, you see, dude, oh my god. This is the first one they showed off, and I think it's so cool, too. Okay, what sucks about this one is, unfortunately, Moltres only has this art. There really isn't much more to Moltres. They didn't showcase off more for Moltres. Like, at least Articuno and Zapdos, they have a lot of depiction of it. Is Moltres the best one? Is he the most mysterious one? Yes. Is he the best one? No, obviously Zapdos is the best one. Articuno is the worst of the three birds. Competitively. Design-wise, it's free Moltres. I feel like they really ruined Moltres' design. When I first saw it, I was not a fan. Even the Lugia movie, it is literally just a rubber chicken, naked, by the way, on fire. I get the idea they're going behind it, but it's not cool. My man Marco from One Piece looks a lot better. It's a cool depiction of a phoenix. Even Ho-Oh, even Talonflame, those are really cool depictions of a phoenix. And Moltres being probably the worst phoenix Pokemon we have, dude. Just not that tough, bruh. He's not that tough. But to see this, that's why I'm so happy that Moltres got the love that he really needed, because at least Zapdos and Articuno, they looked cool before this, but Moltres did not. Nobody liked Moltres before this. They did not. I'm gonna keep it real with you guys. Nobody was a fan. And it's really cool to see Moltres get this love now, dude. Like, two tails, twin tails, bruh. Twin tails. He's so cool, dude. He's so cool, bro. Like, he looks like an actual bird here, dude. He had that whole majestic, stupid look, and now he's got that, like, hyena laughing, crazy, evil, plotting, scheming look. So I do hope that he gets nasty plot. He looks like a nasty plotter. Gengar got nasty plot. Hydreigon got nasty plot. And Mewtwo got nasty plot. 3 mons that should have deserved to get nasty plot from the get-go, bruh. So if at this point rules are out the window, for the longest time we thought that Gengar was not gonna get nasty plot, so not Hydreigon, because too OP. Even though it makes too much sense, too OP. And now here we are with some nasty Gengar and some nasty Hydreigon popping their respective tiers, dog. So, Moltres, we could just put rules out the window now. Game Freak said F rules. We're putting it out the window. Anybody can learn anything now. We got Dynamax. We have max moves. They said anything goes now, bruh. Anything goes. But Moltres is tough. I think Moltres is a little more obvious, like I said again. Articuno is the most hard one to really sit down and figure out what the typing is going to be in Articuno. But Moltres, probably Dark Fire. Probably Dark Fire. I don't think any of them are really keeping the flying type. I really hope they don't, because Zapdos is at least phased by his flying type. If anything, Zapdos' flying type saved him by just swallowing fighting moves, being immune to ground moves, you know what I mean? It really helped him out. But, dog, Moltres got cucked by it because he's fire flying. Similar to ice flying, your times 4 weak to injury hazard stealth rocks. Even with the boots, you're using an item on it. So the fact that now he's not times 4 weak to rocks, if he doesn't keep that flying type, will be really good, because then he could be so much more versatile. Like a good example is Scorch, Charizard. 9 times out of 10, you know they're running the boots, bruh. You know they are. But with this, if it's not actually fire flying, there's gimmicks behind it. You know, you can strategize around it. It's really cool. I really hope that he's a Dark Fire. I really do. I can also see them doing Poison Fire, because with the thing with the fire typing is, sometimes if they're like a little devious, little, you know, scheming, bruh, then it's like, they're like, oh, he's poisonous, dude, because, you know, evil flames could be depicted as poisonous flames, toxic flames. So I really do hope they don't do that. I really do hope they actually don't do Poison Fire. Poison Fire is actually not bad defensively, but, I mean, you're weak to, like, what? Times 4 weak to ground, but it's really not. Poison type is kind of slept on, dog. Like, slap it onto a good typing duo, and defensively it can be great. Look at Poison Fire and look at Poison Electric, especially Poison Electric. 2 weaknesses, only one of them's time 4 and the other one is Psychic. Bruh, It's so insane, dude. So I guess I wouldn't be too mad, but at the same time, I really want it to be Dark Fire. That'd be amazing offensively. Defensively, not so much because you beat the ground, water, and now fighting. So not so much, but you now do resist Ghost. You're immune to, psychic moves. And as well as your fairy weakness becomes diminished to neutrality with that fire typing. But I mean, originally before that, Moltres is a really good switch to the fairy moves. But I do hopefully believe that the thing is going to be Dark Fire. I think his special attack is going to skyrocket. Not skyrocket, sorry. I think his special attack is going to be a little better because if they do give a nasty plot, that'd be amazing. I guess it being a dark type, I could see them giving him more like special defense. I don't know. Moltres is kind of the hardest to really depict on what he's going to be getting. All I believe is I bet they'll get a little bit of special attack, a little bit in speed. I do hope he gets a lot in speed though, but a little bit more in speed. And then they'll probably give a nasty plot because regional variant forms, they don't necessarily have an insane buff when it comes to their stats, because they're not like megas. They're not. But at the same time as well too, they're like severely nerfed down weaker megas because there are changes to them. A good example is Muck. Muck has everything exactly the same. They just give him a dark type and then he became a really good mon. He became a really good mon then. So some mons just need that. A good example is Ninetales. Ninetales used to be just a sun setter upper, and then once it got that new type of combination, more speed as well too, brand new moves, it just became a lot better. So there's a couple things that do make certain mons better due to regional variance. A good example is their Manatee. The Manatee always a good mon, but you know, obviously the Guerrilla Tactics, Ice Go Crash, you know what I mean? Ice offensively isn't the worst, it's just the worst defensively. Agency came in insanely better mon. So regional variants, they usually do a buff or a nerf or nothing, depending on whatever it happens to. Like a big nerf is. I don't know. Actually, I can't think of a regional variant mon that actually did get nerfed, so that's cap. But I don't know. Moltres, I don't know. I do hope he gets a little bit of special attack, a little bit of speed, and I do hope they give a nasty plot. I really do hope they do. He looks so cool, dude. To go back to Articuno for a little bit, guys, I do hope that Articuno does get more in speed. I feel like it's one of those mons that really needs it because Ice-type Pokemon, especially if you look at all the Ice-type Pokemon that are popping off, they're really good because they're fast. So Articuno is base 85 speed, which is not the worst, but if they make that base 85 to 100, bruh, this thing is also, I'm telling you, dude, all they have to do is remove the flying type off it, give it fairy, it's got 125 speed def, slap an AV, dog, this thing's gonna be crazy, dude, it's gonna be crazy. But you guys want to know what you think down below, the 3 legendary birds. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button down, subscribe. If you want to see another video of me talk about all the direct stuff in complete detail, let's get this video to 1,000 likes, guys. Be sure to hit that like button down, subscribe to never miss a single content of Sword and Shield. And with that, I'll see you guys in the next video.